Is Sengen's tsumeshogi stream. Today we'll be solving tsumeshogi problems. If you wish to solve the problems, please be sure to send me a PM or a whisper in Twitch rather than put it directly in chat. Thank you. The author of this problem is Kitakawa or Kitagawa. I'm not sure the reading of it. And he made this in November of 1975 for Kindai Shogi magazine. Okay, mild things. What is the etiquette for suggesting answers in chat? Yeah, if you want to send an answer, please do so by whisper. Yeah, whispering is the same thing as direct messaging or personal message. Eric J. Hahn asks, is this a 9000 Mutsume? No, much quicker. So how's everyone doing today? How's your 2019 going so far? I think Eric mentioned that he was a Go player. So what brought you to Shogi? I'll be Meijin by 2020. Okay, let's see. I have one guess. Knight 2-4. Okay. Let's take a look at the suggestion by Mild Things. Is after Knight 2-4, same silver, knight here, and silver here, but the king runs up, so it ends up escaping. Yeah, GRTN0 asks, is shogi popular? Yes, it's very popular in Japan, much more than Western chess. I do believe that there's more shogi players than Go players too, at least in Japan. Worldwide, but if you're outside of Japan, yeah, it isn't nearly as popular as chess or Go. Yeah. Okay, let's go back. Okay, so 2-4 knight doesn't work. Yeah, actually Shanghai has a very large, unusually large shogi playing population, and it's the biggest by far outside of Japan. They actually teach it in schools, but the thing about it is it's very similar to the situation in the US with scholastic chess, where the students learn the game, but they don't really continue it, after they graduate. Yeah, so you always have an attrition rate. But it's amazing that they have so many people that play it in Shanghai. GRTN0. How do you pronounce? How am I supposed to pronounce that? Yeah, I don't know. Okay. Yeah, does it have some meaning? Great, great, great. No, great. No. Okay, well, I will try that. Does anyone else have a initial initial move that they'd like to try out? See, something like this wouldn't work. The king escapes here. Look at Discord. Discord. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what I'm supposed to be looking at. Yeah. Okay. Let's go back. Yeah. Also, if takes, then the king runs up the board. There's no way to stop the king from escaping. Yeah, it would actually be better for him to come into Twitch. Otherwise, I have to keep switching screens. Yeah. Could you kindly give him a link? Yeah, if he. Oh, I guess he's already watching. If he sees the problem. Yeah. Okay, great, great. Yeah, just send me a whisper if you want to get a solution. Yeah, so 2-4 knight looked very very tempting, but it's so I will give the first move of the problem. It's this 2-2 gold. So if the king takes, then there's this check. And you notice compared to the position with the where we dropped the knight on 2-4 as initial move, the silver stops the king from advancing to 3-3. He can't take it because of this, so he'll go here, and then you can drop the knight here, and if this, then makes a space for the gold, and if this, then mate here. So the stronger defensive continuation is taking with the silver. Okay, so I've shortened the problem by 2 moves. I tried to figure it out, the concluding moves now. Hi, Grey John. How was your lunch? Three Wise Men Day. Three Wise Men Day. Does anyone else here celebrate that? That was the first time I heard of it. Okay, Greyjohn says it was good. No one else celebrates this holiday, so the restaurant was empty. Okay, so let's make another square to drop the piece in. So here, must only move is to take, and then what? So we just opened up a dropping square on 2-3. Okay, let's see. Time zombie. Okay, so just okay. On your last move, the knight takes. Yeah. So immediately, see, the knight still defends the 1-3 square. I'll give you a hint. It's a light move. And tsumeshogi composition is marked by economy of time and force, also material. So any piece on the board is necessary for the mate to be completed. So you have to ask yourself, why is this pawn here on 4-4? In the mate, if it doesn't contribute somehow to the position, it's not supposed to be there. So that should also come into some consideration. Yes, good. Okay, so hopefully you guys found this. Dropping a piece here on 1-3 like that wouldn't be light. And we can continue the variation like this, and then there's not enough. All right. So if silver takes, then the 2-3 square is no longer defended, and you could drop either of the generals there and mate. If the king takes, then there's an easy mate this way. So that leaves the knight. Yeah, the rest of the moves should be pretty straightforward. Okay, let's see what unstable says. Okay, I think your 1, 2, 3, your third move is 2-1 silver. Yep, good. All right. Yes, Vola, that was correct. Wait a little while for more people to give their answers, and then we'll continue. Yep, good, mild things. Okay, the rest of this sequence of moves goes in a straight line, no deviation whatsoever. So very easy to calculate. And check here, and then we eliminate the defending silver and immediately drop here. And then mate. Good. We can see why the pawn on 4-4 had to be there. Ends up blocking the king's escape. Let's look at that again really quickly. Okay. Then we make another dropping square on 2-3, followed by this nice light move, and then we just liquidate and then mate. Okay. All right. Can move on to the next problem. Okay, just a second. Okay. This problem was by Kitamura Kenichi. I believe that's how you read his last name. It's written in kanji, and if you're familiar with Japanese readings, names and place names can be very difficult because there might be irregular readings, and especially for first names, sometimes the parents can choose very arbitrary readings for the kana. So it's very difficult to be sure how a name is read unless you actually ask someone. But I believe that's how it's read. Yeah, if you guys weren't here earlier, we did have a stream right before this one. It was a game review between Element 94, who's also known as Grey John, and Time Zombie, also called Panic, or Shogi Bon. If you missed it, you can always watch it on video on demand, or I'll be uploading it to YouTube later on where I archive my streams. Well, at least some of them. Okay, so we have a first guess by Vola. Yes, very good. Yeah, you got it. And that's a link to my YouTube channel. If you haven't already, please check it out. There's other tsumeshogi sessions there, and also game reviews. Also themes explain, like middle and end game themes, and some professional game reviews. Later on, I'm planning on doing some book reviews as well. So much more to come this year. Okay, let's see mild things. Yes, very good. Okay, so we have two people who have solved the problem. Okay, so for the first move, a lot of times at the end game it's thematic to drive the king back, especially when there's pieces like this dragon here on 2-4. So a move like this comes to mind. And if takes, we have a very familiar pattern. If the king runs to 2-1, and there's this atamakin, and if he blocks it with something, notice that the gold is pinned, and so there's mate like this. This means the gold shouldn't be taken, and the king moves here. Hey, hello, Hubert Neutron. Good to see you again. Yeah, it's a decent turnout today. I see nine viewers. So I definitely have to start streaming during the weekends. Or making sure I stream during the weekend. Yeah, no one's told me how their 2019 is going so far. I know we're not even past a week, but surely there must be some positive news in your guys' lives. Okay, Mild Thing says book time off work to play some European Shogi tournaments this year. Oh, good to hear that. Yeah, let us know how it goes. Okay. Now the next move is this knight drop here. If he runs here, then there's mate this way. If takes here, then mate this way. So that means he's going to take with the pawn. And then there's going to be a very nice finishing move. Please, please find it. I've already shortened things enough. Last, tsumeshogi. I know you can do it. AM1NOV says how to remember what pieces if you can't or don't read Japanese. Yeah, that is a problem. Yeah, it's actually much, you really need to spend the time to be able to read these characters. It only takes maybe, a couple hours or quicker if your memory's good. But a lot of times they don't use the Western style pieces. Yeah, you get used to it. And in fact, you get so used to it when you look at the pieces, it's almost like no different than playing chess. So there's a learning curve. But if you spend the time, you'll be very richly rewarded. Yeah. Sorry, I can't just put it directly into your brain. Yeah. Just bite the bullet and spend the time. It's much better than those Western style pieces that most people don't really use. Okay. Tsume Tetsuji. Ready? Boom. Wow. So if 3-1 king, 4-2 gold, the king takes it, and then see the bishop cuts the king off from escaping to 2-4. Sometimes it's difficult to see these things because there's golds all the way back here. So you have to resist the impulse to just eliminate immediately moves like this. Okay, check and make a square, and Tsume Tetsuji here, and make good. Let's move on to the next one. I believe this one is by Habu Yoshiharu, the living legend of Shogi. And this is one of those problems. It's a Tendo street shogi. In Japan, there's a shogi town called Tendo, where you can just walk along the streets and you see shogi problems just pretty much everywhere, just written on the ground or posted on telephone poles like that. So Time Zombie, I think I already showed this to you the other day. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I want to thank everyone, take this time to thank everyone in chat. It's always easier to do a stream when there's an active chat. Usually if there's no one talking, there's a lot of silence. So thanks. It's way easier to continue talking if there's some kind of interaction. Yeah, that's mild mild things and Time Zombie both suggested the same candidate move, and I have to agree that it looks very, very tempting. Okay, so we might as well analyze it. It's this. So of course the idea is to block the 3-3 square um, like this or like this. Problem is when the king takes it. So now it threatens to escape on 4-4 or 2-4, and if he does this, can't run to 2-4 because of 2-5 gold, so he's going to run back. And after a further 3-3 rook, the knight takes, and there's no way to continue. Okay. But moves like this are thematic in tsumeshogi, so it's good to calculate those things and eliminate them immediately. Yeah. So for those of you who just joined us, we're doing tsumeshogi problems. If you want to try solving them, please send me a whisper. Thank you. Yes, Vola, that is correct. Very good. We have the first correct solution. Okay, let's see what Grey John says. Okay. Oh, that is kind of interesting. Let's just, yeah, yeah. Yes, it does. It does kill it. Let's take a look at this one more time. Okay, this was the problem. I'll give you a hint. Is there a way to improve upon this variation? Remember the word for wrong order of moves? So here's your Japanese word of today if you aren't familiar with it. Teijin Zengo. And that's some so maybe in some other form 3-3 rook would end up working, but just not as the initial move. So tweak around the move order and then you'll be able to figure it out. Okay. So let's make a square, a dropping square for the bishop here. Okay, so if king takes this way, now we block the 4-2 square by sacrificing the bishop here, and then we mate that way. Let's look at 3-3 king, and we can see that this also mates this way. I have king to 4 to 5 gold, so king must run back and then check here. Knight takes if gold takes in 4-2 gold, and then check here, and then mates. So like that. Okay, this is a Koma Amari solution. Notice that there's still gold in hand. So after this, lance must take. Yes, good. Yep. Okay. Now we go back to our 3-3 rook move. And because of the slight change in the position, this drop works. So we no longer have to drop the bishop on 2-2. We can drop it one square back. That way, if the king runs to 3-2 this time, there's mate this way. And so that means the king must run up. And then there's easy mate here, here, and then mate. Okay, let's look at that one more time. So Tejin Zengo. Okay, make a dropping square on 1-1 for the bishop. Let's see. What's the purpose of the pawn on 5-4? Let me just show this. Okay. Position of the pawn on 5-4. I guess in some variations we have to look at if the gold ends up moving. So let's see. Check. Hmm. Yeah, it's a good question. I'm not sure. Yeah, I can't seem to find either. So the pawn wasn't there. Hmm. Yeah, I actually, yeah, I don't know. Probably have to look at the thing a little bit more to figure that out. But yeah, it is a good question. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Should probably move on to the next one and then try to figure that out later on. And this problem was by Kumagai, Shunkai, May 2003 for Tsumepara. Okay, X killed by bacon says, is that an endgame? Yes, it is. We're solving tsumeshogi problems today. If you have a solution you'd like to try out, please send me a whisper. Yeah, I don't believe I've seen you here before, X killed by bacon. Anyway, welcome to the stream. Good to have you. Okay, X killed by bacon says, I'm not that great of a shogi player, to be honest. Personally prefer traditional chess and its variants. Okay. Yeah, these games have a lot more similarities than some people realize. Yeah. But yeah, it's sometimes good to play other games of the chess family. Yeah, it's very similar to Crazy House. Yeah. I also play Crazy House, but I find that due to the long range pieces and exchanges, the game tends to be a lot simpler because due to the pieces being kind of overpowered. Like with Shogi, a lot of the pieces have much more limited range of movement, so it ends up being balanced out by the exchanges, and it ends up making the attack and defense a lot more intricate than Crazy House. Yeah. Yeah, but I do appreciate that there's probably some chess players here. I know that Hikaru is streaming right now, and uh, very, very difficult to compete with that. So thank you for being here. Mm, yeah, I actually enjoy his stream quite a bit. Yeah, sometimes very difficult to follow him because I mean, he figures things out so quickly. I mean, even if he's explaining his moves, you should see some of the variations that he calculates, and he does it really, really fast. Yeah, yikes. Okay, Mild Thing says this one is tough, hard to shut down the 3-3 king and 4-4 king escape. Yeah. Yeah, so for instance, if, let's just show a move. Here the king can run this way. Yeah, the promoted bishop here defends against the rook promotion. But even so, he could still run to 2-4. Yeah, 4-4, 2-4 king. Yeah, so that doesn't work. So another variation that we can look at is this promotion here. But after he takes with the promoted bishop, there's no way to continue. See? Yeah, he runs this way. Very, very good, Time Zombie. Yeah, you got it. So we have the first correct solution. Okay, so I will show the Loyal Lion, or Loyal Lion. It says rook to 3-2 bishop takes, go to 2-4 king. Okay, well, let's just take a look at that. If promotion here, aside from just taking it, maybe he can even run here and then stop the checks. I think this works too. Go to 2-4. Let's just see this. He's gonna take like this. Yeah. Yeah, too many ways to get out. Okay. So let's look at the first move. It's 2-4 gold. So we can tell the meaning of this move by after the gold takes, square is cleared on 1-3. It also stops the king from running to 2-4 after the silver moves. The only move is here. what next? Yeah, one of the positive things about doing a lot of very short tsumeshogi problems is that a lot of times during the problem there are tactics that come up very often. We call them tsumetsugi, and sometimes in longer problems there's one or more of these. And with the shorter problems, these tetsuji come up much earlier in the problem. So it's good to solve a lot of very short problems. For some of the longer problems might actually, it's kind of counterintuitive, but you might, if you're like me, you might find certain longer problems much easier to solve than some of the shorter ones. It's because there's a lot of like filler moves in it. And once you get past those, the problem becomes easy to solve. Yep, good. Okay, so the tetsuji is here on this move. Notice that this does not work because of that. Promoted bishop defends against 1-3 rook, so we have to distract it. So we do this. Oh, let's see why that does. Let me show the solution first. Okay, so if 3-3 king, 4-3 rook, so here and then mate. Okay, Grey John suggested rook drop 2-2. The idea being a horse takes rook, promotes king up, and 2-4 dragon. But he doesn't need to take the rook. He can escape this way. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at that one more time. Yeah, that 3-2 silver not promote. That's a tetsuji. Yeah. So check, check, and then mate. Good. And move on to the next problem. This one is by Yoshida Ken, June 2003 for Tsumepara. So this is one of those entering king problems. Yes, Kanashimi no Hebi says, I saw that one on 81 Dojo. Yeah, these problems that I'm presenting today are actually from the Shiawase tsumeshogi sessions that occur once a week. Wait, what happens if king moves instead of okay, sorry, let me go back to the previous problem just for a second so I can answer the question. What happens if king moves instead of bishop? Yeah, if here, then 4-3 rook. Okay. Yeah. Let's go on to the next one. Okay. Now we have oh, a gold promotes. Yeah. Hmm. 8-8 gold is a little heavy. After the rook promotes. Oh, 8-7 gold. Is that a drop? Well, I mean, it doesn't matter because the bishop will take it. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so let's look at a move that doesn't work. This is very, very heavy. Check here. And the bishop on 6-5 defends against a gold drop on 8-7. Okay, this work promotion also doesn't work because of this. What else shall we look at? Did 7-7 gold work? He doesn't need to take it. He can do this. And then he runs this way. Not enough. Yeah, that doesn't seem to work. Let me just show it really quickly. Check here. If the king runs up this way, then let's see. That would be mate that way. So he has to take. And we throw in this check. King goes up. And then what? Okay. Yeah, if that moved, then yeah, 9-6 king. Mild things. Time zombie, I think I'm gonna be your alarm clock again. Didn't you have something to do? I mean, I'm really glad that you're here with us, but Or are you gonna blow it off? Okay, good. Okay, Vola, thank you for at least seeing being able to do some of the problems. Very welcome. Yeah, if you guys aren't familiar with Vola or USTBL, uh, pronounced unstable, he's the owner of the traditional board games server. Let me give you guys a link. Let's see. I'll paste it here and go check it out. It's a largely Shogi server, and it's probably the biggest one for Discord. I mean, for Shogi. Yeah, you're very welcome to join us there. Yeah, for English speakers at least. Okay, so let's get the next move to this dragon here. Now, if the king takes it, 8-8 gold, 9-9 king, and then there's one more gold drop on 8-9 to mate. So that means he has to run to 9-6 because 7-7 king, and then you drop a gold on 6-7 to mate. So here. And then we can't forget that this bishop is hitting this rook. I mean, it would be nice to get some type of discover check, but white will just grab. So is there a way to secure the position of the rook? So when facing checks for the defending side, there's three ways to deal with it. One is to move out of the way, the other is to block, and the last is to take the checking piece. But there's a theme called double check, and with double checks, the only way to deal with it is to move out of the way. So is there a way that we can make a double check? That way the rook will be secure, our attacking rook will be secure. Yes, mild things, that is correct. Time zombie. After that check, the king runs to 8-7. So you have to be a little bit careful. So we get our double check by doing this here. Only thing is for the king to take. And now we have our double check. So the dragon hits the king, bishop hits the king. So the king must take. And now what? Yes, good. Okay. So now we drop the gold here. If the king runs to 7-7, there's mate this way. If the king runs to 9-5, don't forget about the bishop hitting the dragon. We do a discover check this way. And this is mate. Okay, let's look at that one more time. Okay, force the king onto the 9th file. And then we need to do a double check. Secure the attacking rook. And mate. Alright, let's go on to the last problem of today's session. This one is by Kodera or Odera Hideo. November 1975, Kindai Shogi magazine. And unfortunately, that it's no longer in business. Yeah, before Kindai Shogi along with Shogi Sekai were the two really big shogi magazines. Also, NHK Shogi Koza was actually the third. I was sad seeing nice publications like that go out of business. Mild things, after your first move, he's gonna do two. Yeah, correct. Okay, so for our first move, we have to resist the urge to do this heavy silver drop. King runs this way. I have promotion here. There's not enough to mate. Heavy moves are slow and inefficient. So we have to find something much lighter. Okay, so there's only one other check that makes sense, and that's 1-3 rook. I have 2-2 king, rook promotes on 2-3 mating. I have silver takes. There's a simple mate here. So after the rook drop, king must run back. Okay, so now if 3-3 knight, the silver just takes it. And no way to continue, and I have 3-2 silver, that silver takes, and then there's also no way to continue. Oh, but then there's this check. It's insufficient, however. See, king threatens to take the rook. Yeah, he can do that, or run. Yeah, either one. Yeah, there's not going to be enough if the rook sacrifices itself for the lance. So that leaves us with this rook promotion here. Now, I'd like to ask you guys how white's going to defend. He's going to have to interpose with something, but what piece? Yeah, which is better? Mild things. Okay, good. He's going to have to interpose with either a gold or a rook. If he does with a silver or bishop or knight, it doesn't defend the side squares. So let's just see. You drop here, and there's an easy mate that way. So let's examine the gold next. How would you continue here? Let's see. Okay, if you drop the knight here, he's going to take with the silver. If 2-2 dragon, he's going to take with the king. And there's just enough. Here, this is a Koma Amari situation. Silver takes. It's like that. So 2-2 gold is Koma Amari. That means we have to look at this. So let's look at 3-2 silver. No, he just takes it. For now, the knight drop on 3-3 is also covered by the silver. That leaves dragon takes rook. Now if king takes, there's very easy mate. Here if 1-2 king, 2-1 silver. So king moves over, and then there's this knight drop here. Also covers the 5-2 square. So like that. That means that silver must take. And in this situation, you have to be careful about Tejin's angle. Okay, let's see what Wild Things says. Yep. Yes, that is correct. So if we do this check here, the king is going to run this way. And you notice this silver here there's two silvers covering the 1-3 square, so we're not able to mate by dropping the rook here. Hello Sammy, do I play Shang-Chi? That's Chinese chess. You know, I know the rules, I'm not very good at it though. Mostly chess and shogi are what I play. Are you a Shang-Chi player? Okay, so we first have to prepare it with this knight drop. Now, if the silver on 2-2 captures, there's this easy mate this way. If king 1-2, there's 2-1 silver. If 3-1 king, 4-1 horse mates. That means that this silver on 2-4 must capture. And we can see that at this time the silver drop here works. And make a square on 2-3. Mate. Good. Let's look at that one more time. So light move, introduce a piece with tempo. This is an igoma problem. This puts up the greatest resistance. And we distract the silver from defending the 1-3 square. And mate. Alright, that was the last question, last problem for today. So I want to thank everyone for joining me today. If you enjoyed the stream and felt that you learned from the content and wish to support it, please consider making a donation at that Streamlabs link I put down. Donations are not necessary but are greatly appreciated. I'd like to thank especially Time Zombie and Element 94 for making donations of $66 and $20 respectively. Thank you. So if you haven't already, please remember to register your Twitch accounts. You can do that for free and give me a follow. Also, check out my YouTube channel where I archive my streams. Let me give you a link. There. And I want to thank everyone again who participated in chat too for making streaming much easier. I will see you guys later. Take care. Bye.